later. We'll get to that. Are we on the internet?
I hope so, because I don't want to do this over again.
Oh, let's not. Tonight, the Mighty Nine get spied on, meet a new and old ally, and re-enter the Happy Fun Ball.
Ooh.
Does that mean what I think it does?
Yes.
We're going to break it all down with my guests. Matt.
Yes.
Hello. Taliesin.
Oh, God. Hi.
The lights match your hair for once.
Yeah, no, I like it.
It's about time. Mm-hmm. Spared no expense. All that and more tonight on Talks Machina. There's a chicken loose on the CR set.
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Typical Tuesday.
It's Chicken Tuesday.
It's Chicken Tuesday?
Yeah.
Nobody told me. I had turkey.
It's a catastrophe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, off to a start.
Yeah.
Taliesin.
I had to do something with it. It was just, you know.
No, we don't need to do anything. Let's cleanse our palate with some announcements. Let me handle the bad jokes. I was told specifically by Travis Willingham when offered this job, the point of the show is to make you guys look good. You know, Thursday night, that doesn't always happen.
That's true.
Yeah.
This show is what that's for. You get the weekend, get your shit together, explain yourself. You know what I mean?
It's a valid point.
Yeah.
Thank
Fair.
you for the opportunity.
We appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could provide this platform for you. First, the collected edition of our first 6-issue run of our comic book series, Vox Machina Origins Wolverine, is available right now in trade paperback format at your local comic and retail shops. Available now.
Yes.
Finally. Finally. In paperback.
Finally.
Now the
Battle.
standard edition, which I hold in my hands right now. This is a hardcover.
Yes.
Good job.
I gotta stop doing that.
Such soft hands.
Punched the jacket one time. The standard edition hardcover exclusive is also now available in both the US and UK Critical Role online shops. What? Obviously, Quebec is excluded from that, unfortunately.
Stop excluding them from things.
Christina, Quebec cannot, they're not able to order from the website, correct?
They totally can.
Ah!
They can?
Yep.
What? But I thought, we can't send them this, though. Because
They can order it themselves.
they just can't win something.
Yep.
They can't win something.
I would see if they made like a third part of the Escape from New York and LA, Escape from Quebec. Would be really.
Quebec.
I'd pay money for that. I'm not kidding, even a little.
Like
I
10
bet
minutes long.
you'll-
It's a short drive.
Probably see some photoshopped Kurt Russell posters.
Yeah, Kurt Russell driving in a Volvo. out
He
of
needs some
Quebec.
work anyway. We're
Yep.
working on it, Russell.
We're working on it. Well, another announcement. This show is off to a great start.
I'm here to derail.
We're here
Does he
to
go by Russell?
spooky.
He does now.
He goes, yeah, his last
That's now. His friends call him Russell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Close friends, it's Russ.
Yeah.
It's just Russ. Hey, Pub Draw's back. Speaking of Kurt Russell, joined Babs Tarr. You guys remember Babs Tarr from season 1 of
Oh yeah.
Pub Draw with Kurt Russell.
Amazing.
I remember Babs Tarr from the other day.
Yeah. Well, we're not all so lucky. We don't get to hang out with Babs Tarr all
true.
the
I hang out
time.
with Babs a
Jesus,
lot.
what a way to rub it in.
I know.
Look,
now
I
you're making
love
us
my
look like we have
friend.
no friends. We just hang out with each other. Anyway, Pub Draw with Kurt Russell is back. Joined Babs Tarr, our fearless teacher, Marisha Ray. You know her from this program and others. Special guest Mika Burton.
Yeah.
Not ringing a bell. She on IMDb?
Extensively.
I'm not picturing. I see blankness. I see no face at all when I hear that name. I almost see the opposite of. What's the opposite of a face? An ass? I see an ass when I hear Mika Burton.
Wow.
Anyway, Pub Draw with special guest Mika Burton for some reason tomorrow, Wednesday, October 16th, 5 p.m. Pacific.
It was a mistake getting him a nemesis.
Yeah, I know.
We really should have just kept him fighting himself.
The perfect nemesis.
It was eventually going to happen.
I know.
And it's great too because I don't know who's going to win.
I really don't know. Well,
You're all gonna.
I know who's.
I have money.
We know
we
who's
know
gonna
who's going to win.
win.
Trying to be polite.
You know, yeah. He's in the
You
room.
get
I
a
can't
host.
say anything.
Yeah.
You get a host. You get a host. Also, one final announcement: Undeadwood, our 4-part supernatural miniseries featuring me as your game marshal, premieres this Friday. We hope October 18th at 7 p.m. Pacific. Check out my shirt, Mr. Wu's Laundry and Waste Disposal. I wore this in honor of, the show. But it's going to be this Friday, October 18th, 7 p.m. Pacific. VOD available immediately for our Twitch channel subscribers. If you're not one of those, click this button, Zach. Yeah. What the fuck?
I mean, enough.
I'm getting good at this. And it's going to be on YouTube on Sundays. Now, Matthew.
Yes.
I asked to be a player because A, you're a great player. You love Deadwood. You don't get a chance to play very often.
All 3 things.
And it's a Western.
Might be true. And it's a Western.
What time is it? You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. So, but did you have a good time?
Up until now.
No, back when we shot it. Who cares about it?
No, I had a great time,
Yeah.
actually. I'm super excited for people to check it out.
It's gonna
I've been a big fan of Deadlands as a setting for ages, and
you did this yourself years ago for a charity.
yeah,
right?
I did.
Yeah.
I ran my own kind of like a short-term one-shot of Deadwood, nowhere near as extensive as what you put together. But it was cool to be on the player side. The guests were phenomenal. Like,
Yes.
Anjali and Kari were both incredible. Travis and Marisha really pulled it out. I'm just excited to have been a part of it, and I'm excited for you guys to check it out. It's pretty badass.
It's pretty badass. We've not really done anything like that here yet. So
Not really.
it's been fun.
It's its own beast. It's definitely true.
Yeah. Lots of gifable moments for all you arsqueefs out there. Just kidding, there's only one. Let us now discuss episode 80 of Critical Role, The Folding Hands. Does that mean
Halls.
Is it the folding halls or the folding hands?
The folding halls.
Alls.
It says hands on the screen. Max, what does it say on the screen? What does it say on the card that's about to pop up? It says halls? Let's see. The folding halls.
Did it.
We love you, Max. No, don't leave. No, don't leave. Okay, he's gone. He's gone. He's
Don't
gone.
leave
Oh
me.
no, I was
Leave
joking.
me, Max.
No, I was joking. Leave. No. Okay. Come back with Cheetos if you do, and a little bit more. Hey, we have. By the way, shout out to our wardrobe person for this wonderful jacket, Taliesin.
Thank you.
Taliesin let me borrow
From my
this.
I'd forgotten that it was here, and I'm glad you found it, and you look good in it.
But does he have a car? You know, Marisha said I look like I was on my way to an audition for a high school production of Grease.
Yeah, definitely high school.
That makes sense.
But that means I look young.
No.
No,
We have
Nobody
some,
in that movie.
You're the guy who shouldn't be going to the high school production.
you've been held back like
Show up.
12 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least.
well, art
It's the
imitates
fact
life.
that it has a hoodie.
Huh?
It's the fact that it has a hoodie.
You're welcome.
There we are.
Hey teens,
Yeah, I'd punch you.
want to buy some dope? Oh
God,
no.
you just look like
Howard-
a warning sign.
Never gonna be able to wear that and take myself seriously ever again.
Why? I'm not wearing a wire. This is this microphone. No biggie. Hey, we have some crit roll stats
All right.
right.
for episode 80. Those are brought to you by our friends at Crit Roll Stats. You know that Caduceus,
Yeah.
played so brilliantly by you, Taliesin,
This
after
week, yeah.
Molly's tragic death, received the campaign's received the campaign's 40th whisper to Insight check Allura. How
40
dare.
whispers.
How dare.
High insight, motherfucker.
High insight. I love
High
it.
insight.
It's so good.
Taliesin has received the most whispers this campaign with 17. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Is it all about the campaign? Every once in a while, you're just like, hey, what are you doing later? Should we hit up Taco Bell? You know,
I do occasionally throw them off.
Yeah, that's actually
Mess with
true.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, I always give them pertinent information, but usually after I mess.
Sometimes it's like there's going to be a drink order or something like that, or like, do you want anything from? You want any coffee?
Yeah.
I'll sit there and go.
Yeah. Is your left hand a little numb too? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Are you also craving some Krispy Kremes?
Krispy Kremes.
Caduceus rolled his 10th natural one. Disregarded thanks to Warcaster.
Yeah, that's okay. He loves to fail.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't, but still.
But you love to fail.
I loved it. You know, failing especially.
Yeah.
Failing when it's just awkward is just kind of great.
It's
so.
pretty amazing.
Well, you had the golden snitch. You gave it to Matt. Someone stole it.
Yeah.
And now you have something else.
I kind of hope somewhere out there the golden snitch is kind of having whatever would be the D20 version of Weekend at Bernie's. It's just like madcap adventures. I don't know what they are.
I like to imagine it more of like it's transitioned into monkey paw status, where the person who stole it, like their luck has changed to such a terrible way that they're just.
It was like they raided a tomb kind of thing.
Yeah, and
It's
the
more
curse
like
is
the
slowly
brave little
overtaking.
toaster, and it's like desperately trying to get back to you.
Find its way back. Oh, that'd be kind of sweet.
It's like made friends along the way. There's like a D4 along with it.
like a little
and also
Milo
like
and Otis.
like a beetle.
One night, like at midnight, your door's gonna knock,
Yeah.
and the door's gonna slowly open, and there's just the snitch right there, and you're gonna have this like warm reunion.
Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah.
Be excited!
I will emote.
It traveled hundreds of miles to get back to you. Show it some respect.
Turn it into a necklace or something.
Got attacked
Melt
by a bear.
Melt it down and get your grill replaced with it.
It's only a D12 now. It lost 8 sides getting to you.
Goodness gracious.
Anyway, continue, please.
Yes. Where
Now
were we?
the story is making me teary-eyed.
When I started a whole new narrative just by bringing up the golden snitch. Hey, it's been 90 days since the Mighty Nine were last in the heirloom sphere. 90 days.
Yeah.
All right.
That's close to 3 months by the Gregorian calendar.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Not that far off from the Exandrian one either.
Ooh.
Take that.
Yeah, they're pretty close, huh?
Yeah, it makes it easy.
Cool.
Similar.
Whatever you
Similar.
Yeah. Not called Allura 4 misnomers. Lady Elena, Elena, Miss Elena, and Alana. Bo chimed in with Alyssa. It's pretty great. Very, very Sam.
Yeah.
I know, what a beautiful moment, and Sam had to Sam all over it.
I get it though.
I get it too.
It's good.
We have a brand to maintain. And it's Sam not being funny. Hey, our first question
Yes.
is from Evan Graham.
Evan.
I did get Sam though earlier. He was in the conference room and I said, "Hey, are you staying till you're on talk tonight?" And he was like,
Good man.
I had him for like a second. I saw his heart
I was going to say
stop.
because he was pretty discombobulated.
He
today,
was.
so
That's why I was like,
you could have
it'll work on
really
him.
gotten in there.
It'll work on him. Travis is very easy. Every week I say it to Travis and he's like, it's great. Evan Graham wants to know, question for Matt.
Yes.
Up until now, references to the first campaign have been little more than Easter eggs. What made you decide now was the time to introduce the first major character from Campaign 1 into the story, and why did you specifically choose Allura?
It was less of a choice of like, now's the time to introduce something, and more figuring out the situation in the world where if they went to Yusa, the state they'd find him in, and how they would be able to kind of really figure out the circumstances they themselves have found themselves in and how to help them. It could have been just finding notes, but that also knowing how careful a mage like him would have been to not leave behind a huge paper trail to things like this. It made more sense that he would probably have to call an ally in. And I began thinking about allies. There aren't a lot of like mages on this continent that are kind of unified, that aren't part of the Cerberus Assembly. And I was like, well, it'd be kind of fun if he was, at least allied somewhat with the Arcana Pansophical. And then thinking of that, I was like, I guess it'd be kind of fun to have Allura in, especially with the party having kind of as intense as the past few sessions had been. I thought it all made sense, and it would be a fun little moment to kind of throw a little bit of that old Campaign 1 charm at them. So
Yeah.
So it eventually led to that place, and then it was like, that makes sense, and it'll be fun.
Yeah. We'll get to you about it in a second, okay? Danny,
Sir.
I was at home watching with my landlady's nephew. I wasn't here to see your reaction. What was your reaction when that happened during the episode?
I may have freaked out just a little bit.
The skylight windows that are now broken out, was that from your screams?
Maybe.
Okay.
I wasn't actually able to pay attention to the room around me, so I don't actually remember the windows bursting.
Christina, were you here for that
But
moment?
it tracks.
What did Danny do?
She ran from the office to the lobby.
She ran from the office to the lobby,
And we jumped up and down screaming.
and you jumped up and down screaming together.
We heard.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I specifically sequester myself away so that I can pay attention, and so if I do scream or yell or something, y'all don't hear it. But then
Yeah.
things like that happen, and it's like my soul leaves my body, and I actually have to find someone to freak out with, and then I realize after it's happened that I messed up and put myself back where I was specifically trying to stay away from.
I understand. And look,
fine.
like,
And I need to stop doing that.
You're speaking for the fan base at this point.
I need to run farther away.
Well,
from
it's how we check the feed delay, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
there
like
it is.
something will happen and we'll like, 8, 9.
Nine.
Oh, okay, there we go.
There's Danny.
Sorry.
There's Danny.
Oh, no.
It legitimately, I do really try not to, and then
So funny.
It's all.
We like it.
It's all good.
Hey, extra Chris, is this jacket really noisy on my mic, or are you okay?
It's a very noisy jacket.
Somewhere in between. Let me move it away from the microphone a little bit. Taliesin, enough horsing around here. Allison Hatfield wants to know, what was running through your mind when Matt started describing Allura? Also, on the most meta note, how does it feel to have such a powerful ally show up from the previous campaign? How hard is it to separate what you know from what Caduceus knows?
She's gone evil. She's going to murder us all.
Oh, boy.
No.
Oh boy.
worst.
I mean,
That eyebrow is so disturbing to me, Matthew.
when he does that, yeah.
It's so disturbing.
It's fine.
Don't do it.
Can't
No,
look
don't
at
do
you.
it.
Oh, God.
No. No, do it again. Ooh. All right, we got it.
I mean, like the minute the description kicked in, it was definitely some candy, and I was like, okay, this is nice. This is everything I needed right now. I'm very, very excited. This is, and Caduceus is always excited for new people, especially if they feel pretty chill and otherwise, and he's just so happy that it seems like everybody's kind of coming together around something and kind of taking some responsibility for what they want and they're going to hopefully stop being quite so reactionary.
Yeah.
So he's kind of hoping that this is finally the thing that where he's no longer feeling like there's just a couple of them that are kind of trying to hold everybody together versus why can't everyone just make good decisions all the time?
Yeah.
Just his his thought on the process. So
Fair enough.
he likes her.
It's so
He's
easy
excited.
for him to think that.
He likes people. People are fun, and he likes this. Yeah, he's excited.
People are fun.
People are fun.
People are
We're
fun.
Trying to be
New
fun.
friend. What am I gonna do?
It's been. You heard it here first. PageRunner_J for both of you.
Oh.
Just how shocking was that shocking reveal in the Whisper after Caduceus' insight check of Allura?
I was entirely fucking with everyone at the table.
Damn.
Sorry.
You are a master.
I was just specifically trying to make some weird faces in the hope that I really threw Travis.
That's hilarious.
Because Travis and Marisha were kind of looking at me, so I just wanted to I broke eye contact and just tried to make a couple things and tried to hide them as quickly as possible, just in the hopes that it would really worry them.
Not this episode, but the one before. I had two of my friends over, Dom and Mila, who you guys know, and Dom saw Sam check his phone during the show, and he was like, "Sam check his phone during the show?" I was like, "He has kids, and you just never know or whatever." And so he was like, "Text him something." It was like he wasn't doing this. So I texted him that he had a piece of glitter on his cheek. And I'm thinking he's just gonna do this real fast, And so we see him 30 seconds later check the phone, and he goes. And then he writes, "Did I get it?" And I waited 5 minutes, and I was like, "Yes."
Respect
He
that.
straight up was like, "Go watch back through the episode. You'll see him do the biggest movement." I thought, watch, dude, it won't disturb anything. He's just gonna go like this,
No.
Nope, not
No.
Sam.
You're a terrible person. I appreciate it.
That's
Dump
wonderful.
the whole flask on his face. Oh, how did I get it? Matt,
Yeah.
emo.
Please
Oh.
gift that moment, by the way.
No, stop it. Don't tell them anything. This one I respect. Emo gnome buddy.
Emo
Solid.
nobody.
Look at the way that it's spelled. It's solid. Matt,
Ooh.
Yes.
you've said before that Allura was almost like your own avatar in the world you had created. How did it feel to have her interact with a new band of adventurers?
It was pretty strange because it's not just Allura, it's Allura 20 years later. And like considering the experiences she's been through, how she's matured and changed over the years and what way she hasn't. It was kind of a cool thought exercise in taking the character through the paces of that time period between meeting him. And it was kind of wild. It was wild to like step into her again, and especially with an entirely new surrounding, new band of heroes without any previous history, and trying to do that while also balance the insanity of the player's reactions versus staying in the moment. Like, I knew there'd be a little of that. I guess I didn't expect it to be quite so intense, but you know, that's on me.
Yeah.
We are chaos
You are.
embodied, so yeah.
You are a very rambunctious crew, and I appreciate that. But no, it was really cool. It was a lot of fun. It was like finding an old beloved warm coat or outfit that you hadn't worn in a while, and then it still fits.
Like this one?
Yeah.
Yes, Allura's energy is that of a fake leather hooded jacket.
Whoa.
That's Allura's energy.
No, I'll cop to it. I mean, that's not even fake
It's
leather.
not
That's like
fake.
fake vinyl.
That's like plastic. That's
I don't know how you
literal
fake
plastic.
vinyl.
He told me it
That's-
was fiberglass. It's the only reason why I wore it. It's supposed to be good for the circulation.
It'll open you up.
New Steve told me right before the show. So the jacket's got to be great for your flow, you know?
Yeah.
I thought that's what he was talking about.
10 minutes, give or take. Yeah.
Taliesin,
All right.
distract us from the crew's lies with an answer to this question from Costumer Delight. How long have you been sitting on asking Allura if she was a good or a bad maid?
I mean, it was a visit from Glenda. I was very proud of that.
Yeah, kind of actually.
The minute you walked in, I'm like, well, I know what I'm saying, and I was just waiting for everybody. I was like, I just have a bad one-liner I need to get out of my system. I just can't concentrate. Sometimes you think of something really dumb to say, and you just can't concentrate until you actually say it, and you have to sit quietly for 8 to 10 minutes of actual serious conversation to happen. And you're like, all right, I have a couple serious thoughts, but okay, that's getting covered. All right, that's fine. Okay, somebody else is covering that too. Okay, I get to be the idiot and say something dumb. It's so delightful.
You just described my
So
job on the
delightful.
show.
Yeah, more or less.
Minus the funny shit, but everything
Yeah.
else makes sense.
Yeah, I'm
No, those are fun moments though when you're like, oh yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
get to
Yeah.
I get to be all the boxes are checked. I get to come in with the punchline.
I just get to be snarky and dumb, and it's fantastic.
Which is so different from pretty much every other character I've played with you.
Yeah.
As and so
This
like
is very off for me. Yeah,
but it's
I'm
been so
digging it.
fascinating and fun. It's a whole different energy, and
I'm
you
having
can-
fun.
You can tell that
Thank you.
you're enjoying it thoroughly, and every time you come in with like a delightful quip or a caduceus reaction that is very much on par with his.
It's just like my version of grog at this point. It's
Kinda,
just
yeah.
Oh,
like,
interesting,
It's just,
yeah.
it's a lot. It's like I can get away with a lot of things I wouldn't normally be able to get away
pretty
with.
great. I'm a
Yeah.
fan.
I'm a fan too. I know, it makes me almost happy Molly died because now we have
Wow. No.
Wow.
Wow. It's so
I
dark.
said almost.
So dark.
It's Halloween, man. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. I also said almost, you know.
Molly's going to come back and exact his revenge on Halloween night.
There you go. On Brian W.
Yeah, on Brian W. Foster.
We're gonna storm his bedroom.
The ghost of three D&D characters.
Well, I'll
You'll
keep
be
my
visited
ears
by.
out in the middle of the night for that distinguished accent.
How long were you sitting on that? 'Cause damn.
The last 8 minutes of serious conversation.
That's so solid.
Matt.
Yes.
Oh no, Danny.
Oh.
I know.
Danny.
I know.
I read just the question. I didn't read
The name?
How do we transition to this?
You can't.
I mean,
Okay, Matt.
there's no ability.
Matt, and I promise you, this is not one of my other internet accounts.
Okay.
We have a question from Caleb's Family Barbecue.
Oh.
If I feel bad, something's wrong.
Sorry.
We're gonna get through this.
Wow.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm okay.
In honor of the
Good name.
return of the Happy Fun Ball, can we get a quick top 3 most infuriating
Yeah.
Infuriating.
That's a word.
nicknames the players have made up from my cool shit from you right now?
Oh man. I mean, Happy Fun Ball's pretty up there. I mean, none of it's infuriating. It's more NPC names that I kind of get frustrated with.
Yeah.
You know, Jametti Costco.
Jumanji Costco.
Jumanji Costco, definitely.
Costco. And I thought that was the character.
Auditors was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the Otters of the Auditors.
Auditors.
That's more recent memory. In Provon from the first campaign, but I should have known better. That's my fault for not saying it out loud. That's the problem. Like, you write a lot of these things down, and visually you're like, oh, that's interesting and a dynamic and unique title or name in a fantasy setting, and then the first time you say it out loud, you're like, oh shit, I have Laura Bailey at the table.
I'll say it now so I don't do it later. I almost refer to Allura as his ball buddy. So that's that's one I decided against.
That's pretty. I mean,
It's good to have a ball buddy if you're going to go in. You have to have a buddy in case
Everyone
you get
choose a
trapped in
ball
the
buddy
ball.
before you go in.
Make sure you're going to be our ball buddy for this.
I don't know, man. I'm not buying the shit, Matt. I'm not buying the shit from you, dude. After GMing you and seeing some of the shenanigans that you pulled, I don't know, man. I'm not buying it. I think, you weren't disrespectful to any of my NPCs or anything like that, by messing up the names. But, you had your own, he did his own player shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
Player
Nothing
shenanigans
to upset me.
Right.
But
Player
it was,
shenanigans are fun.
no, but he's so good. There's literally not a frame of his performance that isn't like,
Well, with facial hair like he had, what else can you do?
well, now people know why you shave the beard.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Well, I was going to shave it earlier, but then when we started developing on
The art
Deadwood, I
and
was like,
everything.
hold on to it for a few more months just so I can
I
have
didn't
that
even
look.
know that that's what it was for until later. And then it was getting thick one day and you were like, yeah, I'm going to do it for Undeadwood. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Anytime you grow a beard, the first time you I will say as a teen, like as a 20-something, when I finally had my first full beard, I was like, okay, it's time to get rid of it. At least for like an hour, you get rid of that. You just want to walk around and see
Yeah.
what that's like.
What did Julius Caesar say when you said you were going to get rid of the beard?
What did he say?
No, that wasn't a joke.
Oh, I
He's
thought it
asking
was
you
a joke.
specific.
It was a
Very
joke.
seriously,
It wasn't
that was
a
a
joke.
joke.
What did he say?
I was hoping that was.
Shave the beard. 'Cause
He said, oh God, get this thing out of me. I'm dying. I'm bleeding. Good God.
Whoa.
Wow. I could take it there.
So you mentioned offhandedly that you were going to
A2, Brian.
beard while
A2.
stabbing
There
him?
you are. Yeah. I mean, what else are you
He's
gonna?
accomplished a lot in his time.
It's true.
And we had to make a fast exit out of Rome. You're gonna mess with your face.
he said, Julius, thanks for bringing all those knives for me to shave with.
Yeah.
You didn't have to bring them all in your bag.
You know that
it's a
meme
very
of,
tacky
Yeah.
knife block.
You know that meme of the wow.
No.
Wow.
I'm so
Of
sorry.
Wow.
Of
Too
the,
soon.
the creepy little girl who's in the foreground of the home building in the background are burning. That's Taliesin in a lot of historical
Oh, yeah.
documentation.
Yeah, exactly.
Fall of Rome.
Yeah. Photoshopped him into every single one of them. He was there. Yep. Well, do you know what else we're going to Photoshop you into?
Oh no.
This week's cosplay of the week.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Cosplay of the week.
Cosplay of the
Yeah.
This one's good.
I'm excited.
Good.
I've barely seen the internet, so I'm so
Cables
excited.
leading to
Same.
nowhere.
Cables to nowhere.
Our winner, we're back. Our winner for this week was sent in by Sarah Cook at SACook03. Photo by Emily at ME_D_123.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Take a look.
Show me what you've got.
Yes.
Oh, mood.
Oh, perfect weather too.
I know.
I love it.
That's so cool.
I love the way that she's holding her hands and just like that
Yeah.
pose. It's so good.
Yeah, like delicate and imposing, creepy. Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Like that fabric. Yeah, no, I'm into it.
Ever since
Well
we
done, Sarah and
decided
Emily.
to do this cosplay of the week thing, the submissions we're getting, it's embarrassment of riches, as they say.
For real.
Where did the dog petter go? Oh, I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about congrats to you, Sarah Cook. You have won this Macassar Ebony Dice Vault. I'm perfectly comfortable that that's how it's supposed to be said. Oh God. I haven't smelled one like this before.
Dang.
Ooh, it's got like almost a fruity.
Bacon.
It's almost got like a fruity vibe to it.
Oh, actually, this is kind of interesting. Oh,
It's almost citrusy, sort of. I wonder if they spray it
curious.
with lemon juice or something to preserve the wood.
Oh. That's
It was nice.
it's almost
You,
like
Steve, you do a lot of woodworking,
It's almost
don't
like a
you? Do they
cheese.
spray lemon
Like a-
juice on it?
like a South Madagascar
Yeah.
afternoon.
It's not a
Steve
Madagascar.
doesn't have time for you, bro.
Tuesday, like
No, he's busy. He's gonna
4:10 in the afternoon, I think.
4:10, 4:15.
Around there. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
really.
Yeah.
Wait 10 minutes and you're in for a good time.
Great.
Wow, wonderful. Don't forget, you can enter our weekly contest by visiting critroll.com. Now, we do not want to rip a sleeve on this beautiful jacket / submit. Rules for our contests are available at critroll.com.
Are you all right?
We're halfway through the show. Should we celebrate?
Let's celebrate.
Let's celebrate the question for
Oh,
Taliesin.
That's okay too.
Okay,
Sure.
By Tracy Parks. We'll celebrate with the answer. Given the arcane nature of the artificial environment of the HFB, what does Caduceus feel about the nature of it all? Is he worried that these areas go against the WM?
I can genuinely say he hasn't thought about it. That I don't think it's really occurred to him. In fact, I don't even think it really occurred to him that he was not in a forest. I think that's. I have conflicted. I have the what would Caduceus think is kind of. Anytime I feel like I have a good idea in the game, I have to have that moment of, is this a plan Caduceus would have come up with, or is this just me trying to be clever?
Oh.
And it usually comes down to like, what information would he have is available here? What would his observations lead him to? What are the things that he knows versus the things that he doesn't know? And I don't think he understands what the ball is enough to really be disturbed by it yet. Although now where we are with the tower, I think that may be different now. But like trying to comprehend that wasn't really a forest, that they didn't just get teleported to a forest somewhere. It was just a forest. That was just like where, there was a river and thing. Like I don't think it occurred to him that there was anything weird going on.
Yeah.
It was just it's just teleported somewhere else. I don't think he's really grasped that things are weird and that it was actually like this weird micro reality that you might have been able to hit the wall of, or like that, or like what it could have possibly been.
Right.
And now that there's the big MC Escher nightmare in front of us, I think he might be having a little bit of a. But
Yeah, I'm curious to see his reaction the next session.
I know you got some stuff, I assume.
I got a few things.
Yeah.
Got a few things ready.
It hasn't occurred to he's just it's too far out of his reality to really have a sense that anything's too weird yet.
I like that there's a lot of times where stuff happens and you will say that Caduceus isn't really reading into it as much as everybody else is.
Yeah.
Interesting. He maintains a level of sort of distance and the level of sort of.
I think he's really astute at everybody else's reaction. That is normally where he gets his information from. Is how is everyone else reacting to everything?
Wow.
And do I feel like they're off base or on base?
Are you like that?
Some days I've got bits of that, but like I turn off. There's the whole like weird like data mining that I have of like all the strange factoids and anytime I have that, oh, you could do this and this, he wouldn't have any clue about that. Never mind, let's just keep moving on. And
Yeah.
and those are the ideas where I'm like, Percy is yelling in the back of my head, but like,
Yeah. Yep.
it's not about you, go away.
Yep.
The gun-pouting white-haired devil on the shoulder.
Yeah. He was just like, why aren't you building that? I'm like, I wouldn't know how to do that. That's just ridiculous.
I
think that guy looks shifty, though.
Talk.
Yeah.
I know. Me too. Well, we can deep fake it.
Please don't.
No more. Let that technology die.
Okay, I will. Matt.
Yeah.
While that's dying, answer this question.
Okay.
M
Yeah.
underscore Basutil. Basutil.
Mbasut.
Did Yassa actually tell Wensforth that the stone would call an ally, or is Yassa friendly enough with Allura that he calls her Allie?
Ball buddy.
That's actually pretty funny.
That's I don't even want to know if it's true.
That's pretty funny. I will say ally was the intentional word.
but that's
But that is pretty funny. M underscore Busutil, however you pronounce it. Well done.
You don't have to say it so
That's
much
like a-
sexier than I did.
Of course I do.
And the way he looked into the camera, you gotta teach me, man.
Some things you cannot teach.
It's like a Fireside Theater.
For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Said that you would call an ally. Oh, you mean Allie? Yeah, she's in back.
Yeah,
Just
don't
go back.
worry, we'll bring her in.
Can't get there from here.
She's a good old bones on that
Yeah.
one. She'll work it
Take
out
care
for
of
you.
it. Yeah, it's no problem.
Hilarious. Oh boy. It's just funny hearing like Allie in Exandria, you know, like that's kind of interesting.
That's her nickname.
It's cool. I
That's
love
what
it.
Kima calls her.
I love it.
Allie Sheedy.
So is anybody else allowed to call her Allie, or is it just Kima?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, people in her past have called her Allie, but most of her communications now are with officious individuals, and so
Her-
they go full title Allura. But people she
800th high school reunion.
right.
Allie!
Right. I'd say,
yeah.
and if any members of Vox Machina at this point wanted to or began to work through, they could. But you know, Allura just seems to stick more often than not. In my weird headspace canon in the 20 years between.
No, I
that
loved
live
all
in.
of that. I wanted more of that, just that. That was beautiful.
Fair enough.
Taliesin, try to be as beautiful with an answer to this question from the Mango 55.
Oh, well, with the mango then.
How does the knowledge that the Bright Queen is spying constantly on the party and may have heard anything and everything that they have discussed weigh on Caduceus? Is he reevaluating his feelings about their loyalties and who they should help?
He's been encouraging them to practice a little bit of radical honesty, and I think if anything, I think he feels that this is a perfect example of why. Because you don't have to be embarrassed about anything you said if all you've been doing is saying the truth.
Yeah.
So this is where he doesn't get that bright. Yeah, he's aware that they're compromised, but he feels they're compromised just because they're not like really like they're not growing fast enough as people.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everyone
I
feels about
love
me.
that. That's actually pretty
It's like,
great.
No, it's just they're there. They're playing it to everybody, and that was actually why he intentionally kind of tried to set up a thing of like, well, if someone's going to lie now, then we'll just put a lie out there and see. That was his whole notion of like just having that talk out in the open. Is like we'll just have the talk out in the open, and this being this honest and truthful conversation means that either this information gets back to the Bright Queen in another correct way, or it doesn't, and then she gets to know someone's not being honest with her. Like, let's just put everything on the table.
Wow.
I mean, it's just just put stuff out there, see what happens.
Yeah.
It's not that. I mean, it sounds good in theory, but I'm well aware. But it's probably
No, it's been kind of fun to watch all of you scramble and theorize and figure out what to do. I wasn't expecting that reveal to happen, that soon.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, when you're given a house after doing a few deeds in enemy territory and you represent the opposite side, there's going to be some surveillance.
sure. And you gotta, it's you gotta start trusting people at some point. You gotta be truthful. I mean, gotta know how to do it. If you're lying all the time, then what's the good of it? You gotta save your mistruths for those moments when it's just gonna help make somebody a better person.
That's what I do.
Yeah. we don't do this often enough, man.
I know. All three of you at the same time for the exact same duration. Oh my God. I feel called out.
Good. That's yeah.
Good Lord. Matt,
Henry didn't turn
yes.
against you.
distract us from my blatant shittiness with an answer to the question. Going back to the Happy Fun Ball, you mentioned on a previous talks, thank you for watching, that the heirloom sphere, aka the Happy Fun Ball, was never supposed to end up in the Mighty Nine's hands. Can you discuss how you went through taking an item they were never supposed to have and tying it into the story so seamlessly? Well put.
Well, I mean, it was something that when I initially created it was meant to be a fun one-off adventure with Deborah Ann Wall's guest appearance.
That's right. I was that
But then,
episode.
but then they held on to it, and then when they encountered a powerful mage, a lot of DMing is just rationalizing what's happening in the moment and then deciding how people in the world react to what's occurring. And so when they went to Yusa, this powerful archmage who is largely unaffiliated with a lot of the other political matters in the world, and present this artifact that he immediately sees has some sort of inherent ancient power and possible danger to it, he was very interested to have it, because if it's very dangerous, he would probably know how to get rid of it, and if it was very useful, he would probably not want anyone else to have it. So once they gave it over to him, I was like, well, it's in his power now. They can, if they ever want to ask him questions about it on the road, maybe he'll answer it. And as time went on, I thought about kind of what I developed in the folding halls of Halas, and I was like, he would be very curious to learn whatever secrets Halas has locked away in there before he disappeared, and would be arrogant enough, like a lot of powerful older mages, to believe that they wouldn't be in danger of the various defenses there. And unfortunately fell a bit to his own arrogance, and had enough foresight to admit that if there was a possibility things could go wrong, to have some sort of a backup plan to call in help of somebody who would be of equal and respectable power. That's kind of where the Sending Stone and Allura came in. So a lot of it was just rationalizing those possibilities, and then tying in the elements of the Laughing Hand. And when I was developing the backstory for him and everything, I was thinking whatever the process that was designed to give him this kind of undying, existence meant, in not quite a phylactery, but like some element of himself that was locked away. And as long as this piece, Horcrux existed, he himself couldn't be destroyed. And I was like, where would they hide it? Where would this thing go? Well, they probably, if someone were smart and were working on the sides of the Betrayer of Gods, they would jettison it into, somewhere in some chaotic outer plane where there is no real record of it. And I began to think, if there was something of this power, the people that would be arrogant enough to try and find it would be powerful archmages.
Oh, yeah.
And then I began to think this would be a fun way to incorporate a possible path they could take to go after this foe if they were to, cross the streams a bit and get in the right place to make that assertion. And Laura actually brought it up in an earlier episode as a possibility. I'd left just enough of a clue in the information they were researching, because I want to reward players, researching elements of the world and wanting to find information about the threats that are ahead of them. And I put a little subtle thing in there. I wasn't sure if anyone would pick up on it, and Laura picked up on it. And then once they decided to go to find help from Yusa, I was like, all right, well, it's a possibility they can, have these things converge. And
one real good roll later.
And one really good roll later, I was like, you would begin to connect the threads here. So that was a situation of setting up some possibilities and being really proud of the players following the path to it.
Yeah. So you hadn't really thought it through.
Not at all. Just
kidding. Danny? Was not expecting that, but next time we'll just leave those questions out. It's so funny that Laura was the one paying attention when...
Paying attention's really that's a strong phrase.
You're right.
She's always paying attention, though, just for the sexual
Love you,
innuendos.
Laura. If you're watching the program, we just want you to know that we love you and appreciate everything that you've done for everyone this week. A beautiful baby boy. Taliesin?
Yes.
Tessa Windenhofer wants to know.
That's a cool name.
It's a very cool name. Caduceus seemed to be working to check in his friends. What?
To check on his friends.
Oh, it's spelled wrong.
It's an O instead of it's an I instead of an O.
Check in his friends more so than usual once they got into the Happy Fun Ball. Does he have any specific concerns, and if so, does he plan to be forthright with his friends?
I think he finally is hoping that this is going to be the moment where everyone starts working together the way that they do in his head.
Interesting. How fun would that be?
It's never going to happen, and I know that. But I think that there was a lot of we know that this place is distracting. We know that there's going to be a lot of temptation, so let's just keep everybody moving. Give a little red flag in the tour guide of all right, everybody, we're moving. We're moving. Follow me. And it's not working very well.
Yeah.
It's definitely he's aware that there are a lot of temptations for everybody in this place, and that last time it's a bit of a mess.
What's the biggest temptation, you think?
Well, the easy one was there's a giant pile of books, and he knew that there was that giant pile of books, and was definitely doing the come on, we can come back, Caleb, we can come back. Come back, just walk away.
These will be here when we come back. Yep.
Don't go off target yet.
Stay on target.
Stay on target. We just gotta get our guy and get out. Then we can come back in and find that stuff. But it's not going anywhere.
Books are a big temptation. We're gonna get it.
Totally went somewhere.
Wizards. What?
Of course.
Totally went somewhere.
Of course,
already.
it went somewhere.
Yeah, it did. Hey, here's a screen name we
Mom
can
and Toys R Us.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be back in like 3 hours. I'm like,
soon.
no! Okay. Oh, that's fair.
R.I.P. Toys R Us.
And now I have one by my house. It just makes me sad.
Yeah. What's it? What are they? What are they doing in there now? Is there
Nothing.
squatters?
Spirit Halloween.
I mean, I hope so.
Should be.
I was about to-
Chinese, right? Yeah.
Yeah, not to bring it up. This is LA. I sure hope people are squatting in there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a roof and 4 walls.
It's a huge one.
It was a pretty iffy Toys R Us, to be fair, because it's one that used to actually have like a little Japanese toy store next to it that used to buy all the cool stuff from Toys R Us and then just mark it up 300%.
Oh my God, I love
right
it.
next door. Back in like 2002, when we would just be so angry all the time.
I know the one you're talking about too.
Yeah. It's just
That's hilarious.
they're both gone now. No, sorry.
Here's a screen.
Mutually assured destruction.
Everything else I'm sad about except that one.
Yeah,
now.
you cut off the supply. You cut off the. Yeah.
Got nothing now.
Here's one we can all relate to. This screen name is @considered tired.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that might be I may have asked myself a question.
I'll fight you for it.
Matt, when Allure got her first impression of Mighty Nine, did she see something, a vox machina, in them? Is that why she was so quick to give them opportunities to earn her trust? Is that how you look at them?
I would say, similar elements in the fact that they are quick to offer up information about themselves to help with the situation, and kind of in her circumstance thinking, okay, well, if they weren't trustworthy, they'd probably be a little more dodgy about presenting themselves so quickly in that manner. And honestly, being in a scenario where she's like, well, I don't have to do too much in this. If they want to go into this dangerous circumstance and, chase after Yusa, I'll help guide them. I'm not going in there. So either they make it through and prove themselves, or they don't make it out, and well,
Everyone learns a valuable
everyone learns a
lesson.
valuable lesson.
That's
So-
why I didn't do the haunted house. I didn't want to get punched in the face.
Ooh, oh man.
I knew he's
was
going
a
to punch
danger.
one person in the face. It doesn't matter how much makeup you put on me, it will
It
be
was probably
me.
going to be Sam, because there's a lot of face to punch. Let's be fair.
Sam was terrifying.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
You looked great. Marisha looked terrifying. You looked terrifying.
Thank you.
Brittany, I'd
like Brittany.
never want to see that again.
Nope.
Brittany was the most terrifying thing. I saw her today and just normal, and I was like, get the fuck away from me.
Ruined Brittany for you.
Yeah, one of the guys said the woman came by with an axe looking for you. I said, well, that could be anyone. Taliesin,
Yes.
Clayfer wants to know,
Very far.
Caduceus hasn't been having much luck lately in his conversations with the local flora and fauna. Matt, I know what that means. Prove to me you do. Just kidding. Matt had to tell me earlier what that meant. I was like, what's flora and fauna mean? I don't remember those NPCs.
Never seen Sleeping Beauty?
No, I saw the one where the horse's mom dies at the beginning.
What? Never mind.
Does this dishearten him, or does he consider it a success to make an attempt regardless of how useful it is?
He always he considers it a success, and yes, that's true. A few things have been turning on him recently, but like not violently, and again, never hurts to be polite. But honestly, it's not about cooperation. It's honestly just about being polite and respectful of your environment. So he's always trying to be polite and respectful. And if you know the local flora and fauna are being well, you know, irritable, it has nothing. It honestly probably has very little to do with him. I mean, he's just trying to get through here with as little harm as possible and just like make their way through. Lots of stuff is going to, you know, trounce through this forest or wherever they are, and yeah, things have been a little bitey, chompy, or uncooperative lately.
Well, we're used to being collateral damage.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Ow.
nature can be cruel.
Frogs have really been fucking with you.
The frog hurt. I will admit the frog hurt.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Episode 80. Frog hurt.
Frog Hurt is the alternate title.
not cool.
was, I
man.
knew it.
Not cool.
Not cool,
It
man.
was really. We were working on something. You couldn't have waited. Fine. Yeah.
Here's a cool one, Matt. Owl
Yeah.
Seer.
Owl Seer.
Owl Seer.
Almost as cool as Owl City, Max's favorite band. Remember the Owl City?
No.
When I said to laugh loud, Matt,
Yes.
he's going, He's laughing like that. Let it out, brother.
Specifically, don't do that.
Yeah, just don't encourage him.
Stop it. There have been some juicy lore drops lately. Of that, no one's arguing.
That's a good band.
Which has me, juicy lore drops.
Yeah.
I saw them at the Troubadour '97.
Killer show.
I think we made out at that show. which has me wonder, in the campaign so far, what's been a piece of lore you've particularly loved giving to the Mighty Nine when they rolled high enough?
I mean, the recent episode, it was really fun to help Bo connect the dots between the Heart of the Laughing Hand and the Folding Halls of Halas, because that was a spark of hope after so many things had seemed to have failed in succession. So that was a fun gift there. I also really enjoyed giving them information about some of the more, what's the word I want to use? Vague inconsistencies with the Angel of Irons.
Ooh,
Fun little teases here and there for them to follow as time goes on. I think, I mean, honestly, just I've enjoyed talking about any of the lore, especially about like the Kreen Dynasty and the Luxon, things that are very, very new to this, setting and world than classic D&D expectations. Anything that, is very surprising to the players who are somewhat familiar with kind of the general overall lore of D&D. So it's always fun to kind of step into a place where I get to surprise the players and teach them something new about the world they're living in. So those are the ones that recently come to mind. I'm sure there've been many, but I'm on the spot, and that's all I can think of at the moment.
Yeah. Danny, when you're doing the critical recap stuff, all the writing for that, do you take notes during the episode Thursday nights, or do you watch later and take notes so you can just take in the episode?
No, I take notes the whole time.
You take notes the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
I'm a smart lady.
Did I give you that advice?
No.
Okay. All right, well, it's time for fan art of the week.
Fan out of the week. Yeah.
Fan art of the week.
A fan art of the week.
Fan out of the week.
Yay. What was that?
We were doing the fan out of the week song.
Yeah, I love your
song.
version. Yeah. The remix was good. Hey, this week's fan art winner for Campaign 2, Episode 80, the frog, what was it? The frog fell? The frog hurt?
Sure.
Frog hurt. Was sent in by @Bumblefly02.
Bumblefly.
Let's take a look.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that dope? I want that on like a card or on my
Right.
thigh.
So pretty.
Oh, that's so
So cool.
Zach, you've got a couple thigh tattoos, right?
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did ask me.
There is beautiful
own that
art that we need to be oohing over.
I am.
I am moving
it's
over
just-
it. It reminded me of one of Zach's thigh tattoos. That's all. Oh. Yeah, the one that's below Iron Man, but not the one next to Dr. Zhivago or Dr. Strange. Hey, congrats to you, Mumblefly02.
Hell yeah, congrats.
I've also won this Makassar Ebony Dice Vault, smelled by 1/100th of the cast of Critical Role. Remember, you can enter our weekly contest by submit. Rules for our contest are available at our website. What's our website, Allison?
It's critroll.com.
Wow,
Yeah, look at that.
wonderful callback.
Pays attention
I do.
occasionally.
I read it off the board.
Danny, highlight me here.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Max just answered that one. Taliesin Ariel Van Zant wants to know. That's
Another good name. They're really rolling in today.
Tonight, yeah.
hopefully maybe any relationship to Stevie Van Zant. From
They need a doctorate because then they can be Professor Van Zant, which is really yeah. But Professor Van Zant, yeah, you just
Yeah,
I want to use that as an
I know
NPC name.
it's just so good.
write it down.
See how it's spelled.
I just did.
Hey, what role does Caduceus see himself playing in Ford's new journey with the Wild Mother? Wait, have we not had Taliesin on since that happened?
No, I kind of had backlogs, so they kind of gave me a little break.
Does he view himself as a spiritual guide, a big brother, or merely an observer?
Definitely, there will be a bit of a spiritual guide. He's looking for moments to have some conversations and reward some behavior and kind of help him. Right now, what he wants to talk to Ford about, which he hasn't yet, is the like, this isn't over. You've not been given a cure. You've been given a way of walking forward to deal with this thing that's going to be the rest of your life now. So let's have a conversation of what the rest of your life looks like now that you're doing this.
Yep, I understand.
And I can and hopefully help you with that. But yeah, that's definitely. I think Caduceus suspects that Ford thinks he's fine now, or at least is kind of hoping that it's fine now.
Yeah.
And having the no. There's work to be done still.
Did you and Travis talk about it, or was it a surprise to you?
We did not talk about it.
Yeah.
At best, I made sure that he understood the option that just that he had to figure out what he needed, and it could be anybody. That this was not a. It would be weird to with the Pantheon being the way it is and the way that the different that worship functions in D&D, especially in this campaign, it would make far more sense for people to be interested in bringing people to the gods rather than to a specific god. I mean, if there's someone who's very useful to a specific god, that's one thing, but with it being more of a Pantheon sense, it's more of just like, you should pick a deity. Let me help you with that. Like, I don't necessarily know if you need to come to where I am, but like, you should go somewhere.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Devotion is great, especially to something more positive, but there could have been, it would have definitely been like, what service do you need to be giving?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
What are your thoughts, Matthew, after hearing that?
Especially,
This is a cool perspective.
yeah, especially because he is a follower of a deity whose job is to give gifts to other deities. Like literally, what they're doing is doing things to sort of as a part of a conversation between two deities from previously another deity. It's like there's a lot of
It's a very Wild Mother perspective on it, like just based on what she represents and kind of the place that she sits in the Pantheon. Not other gods in the Pantheon would
necessarily agree with that.
And some of them can be a little more, jealous or covetous of worship, or at least be a little more, feel a bit more forthright in what their purpose is, and as such feel that maybe they deserve, the attention of worship.
There's definitely some shade in the gifts, I will also add. I mean, like actually in the lore of the remember, you couldn't have any of this if it weren't for me, so chill the fuck out. There's a little bit of nature above all. Remember that. But yeah, you guys are doing good too.
I like that.
Nature above all.
Oh yeah, can't,
Yep.
If you want to have cities, you got to build roads, Got them.
Now you're just
Life
saying,
needs things to live.
Life needs fucking things to live.
Life
Thank
needs
you.
fucking things to live. That's the next t-shirt.
I heard that in a Reba McEntire song.
I was so tired that day. Oh, I flash back to that day so often.
When you're tired, though, we always get the gems. That's
Well, I mean,
all
like,
the good
that
ones
came out of
come
my mouth, and I had that moment of, well, that came out weird. Thankfully, no one's going to remember. It's just going to pass untouched. And then I just hear
People
Sam
have it
go,
tattooed.
Sam Riegel go, life needs things. I'm like, damn it! Oh, I was fine. I was in the clear. If you had just been texting on your phone, anything
I know.
else than listening for that 1 second.
If only you had been wiping glitter from your face. at that exact second.
Where were you? Where were you when I needed you?
I was wetting the bed in New York.
Oh man,
Who knows what I was doing? Oh, hey Matt.
Yes.
Question for you from CD88.
C2E80.
Henry, what are you doing?
He's so restless.
Well, he's going
day.
around saying hi to everyone, but there's not really so much to love here about New Scott, but
I disagree.
when the Nine were
Listen to
discussing, I like him.
yeah. Wow, he's really going.
He
Yeah.
dresses a bit like a narc, but is this a real intervention? When the Nine were discussing finding allies outside of the dynasty and the empire at the beginning of the episode, had you already decided that they could meet Allura through Yassa? What were you thinking while they were having that discussion?
That was something that I definitely prepared, and they have many options for allies or pushing more into allyship with people they've already met in the world.
Yeah.
So that was one option there if they decided to go for Yusa. So as they were having that conversation, in my head I was kind of doing the math of like, well, if they go here or they bring this person up, that might be a path there, this could be this. So when they said that they were going after to stop by Yusa and Nicodranas, I was like, okay, they might be going the Allura path. and that would be interesting. And so, as it began to happen, I began to kind of put all my ducks in a row of the various options and places they might go and people they might interact with. And I was kind of internally excited that they chose that path because, you know, I got to step into my lady again.
Yeah.
What's interesting with having her relate to us too is like these, like there are heroic teams and then there's the Mighty Nine. And I hope you understand how much I delight in saying this. We are the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of Exandria.
Oh yeah.
There are real players making real decisions somewhere far off, and we are just doing can we make it to the end without being murdered?
Yeah.
Are we going to be okay?
In your case, no.
And in my case, no.
No, there are other. You guys have encountered other adventuring parties in the past, and there are other heroic parties doing good things in the conflict and the world around you.
And we're just hoping that we're nobody's nemesis at this point. We're just really trying not to be like a oh no, it's a reverse version of us, but they're all good.
Yeah.
Oh no, God.
So funny.
Yeah, I mean that's a possibility.
Oh, you are just evil Caleb. Oh no. I want to hear what good Caleb has to say. Oh God.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're just trying really hard not to be murdered by the forces around us.
Yeah.
Luck.
I know.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern is any indication, none of you will survive to the end.
I am aware. I think that's that. I mean, like I'm trying my best to hold on, but I really like the idea that we are just like on this wonderful fringe of activity, and like someday we're going to be like, wow, all that was happening.
Yeah.
we were drunk.
Yeah. Boy, that's hilarious.
I'm so appreciative of this insanity.
Oh man, I'm loving it. It's so different from the last campaign and so unique in its own way, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Thankfully, it's different.
I'm always
Meaning, like, you know, it's something new. It's not.
I always like something new.
Yeah, if the characters would have been all, you know, the same, it just would have been.
I don't know why this is the international sign for heroic. But
It is now.
That's heroic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the GIF emoji.
You must pay the rent. I can't pay the rent. I'll pay the rent. Yeah. It's
What the?
My hero.
Yeah, no, that's solid.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
All right, Taliesin. Despite what you just did, I'm going to sneak in one more for you before we go. And this is from Les Brennian. Caduceus has always believed in following destiny wherever it takes him, but the group has been kind of aimless with too many things on their plate. Does he believe that this is just destiny at work, or is he at all worried at their lack of direction?
I'm torn between a metaphor that I'm saving for some later point in the game, and I'll hold the metaphor and I'll find a slightly duller way to say it. Destiny doesn't work like that in his head. We're just going to have to keep moving until we find the moment that we are useful. And it's at that moment that we find that we are useful, that we find the thing that we were put forward to do. And it's not Destiny's job to get us there, it's our job to do what we are meant to do. I have a much loftier, more beautiful version of that, but I don't feel like laying it on the table here.
Fair enough, yeah.
Will you whisper it to Matt and I later at the same exact time?
Very quietly, with a lot of bass.
Same place as usual.
Yes. Cool. The same old place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the old same place.
Yeah, my key card still works. Unlike this place.
No, that was intentional.
We change the codes every day.
It's weird. It's weird. I'm like, Tuesdays it should work. I need to be inside.
We're just being careful.
Did you feel like you got to answer that enough?
I feel like, yeah, there'll be at some point probably a deeper
I can't wait.
delve into what I've
Is it going to be this campaign's life that needs things to live?
I hope so.
I'm trying to remember like what con at what hotel room I sat down and was like, I should probably have like a unifying philosophy for the way that he and like kind of sat down and sort of mapped out. This is the Caduceus theory of the universe, and this is how I'm going to sort of follow my bliss.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I did sit down at like some con where we were just all exhausted and like figure it all out and kind of note it all out.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good time to do it too. Well, we all look so good. Should we go to some goth club or something together? We're all in these, or should we go back to work?
I'm so tired.
I'm probably
so
going
much to do.
Go back to
So
work.
much work to do.
It's only 8 o'clock. Like, there's a lot of work we could sneak in before the old shut-eye time.
Oh, don't worry.
So many things. So many things to do.
There are.
Oh God.
There are.
It never ends.
It never ends.
It's all good work.
It's the
It's
best
fun.
work.
It's the best work.
It's
a lot.
fun. It never ends. But do you know what does?
This show.
program.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
This program.
Keep getting poked by it.
Danny. Great job. Great job. I told you I was going to be moving and to allow headroom, and he did it. It's his first night behind the big boy camera. Good job, new Steve. We might even. That's all the time we have for tonight. I would like to thank Taliesin and Matthew for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Episode 81 of Critical Role airs this Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, and then Friday, hopefully at 7 p.m. on Deadwood Episode 1.
Yeah.
As always,
Yeah.
don't forget to love each other. Don't worry. It's almost Thursday. Stay turned, my friends. Remember, creepy ain't a crime. But wearing this jacket to a high school audition for Grease,
100%.
100%.
Good night.
Good night from Henry and Lego Henry.
Oh, tiny Lego.